All right, so one of my friends is interested in purchasing an air compressor, but he's not sure where to even start. So I've got three options that I'm going to talk about, one of which is sitting right here. And, I've done a lot of research on them to kind of figure out, what would be best for what. So first off, what are you going to use the air compressor for? Are you going to use it for cutting? Are you going to use it for painting? Are you going to use it for, just simple things like filling up air in a tire? Do you want to be able to move it around? Do you want to take it somewhere? Do you want to leave it in the garage and it stays there and that's the only place you're going to use it? Those are questions that you want to consider when you're looking at buying an air compressor. So the first option is a 4.5 gallon Dewalt. After doing research, I'm kind of jealous. The price is around $400 depending upon where you buy it. And the CFM ratings, which, how much air and capacity it can, push out at certain PSI. So normally it's at 40 and 90 PSI. So it doesn't do that bad. Yes, it's only a 4.5 gallon tank. So if you're using high-speed tools, such as a cutting tool, that would be, it depends. How long are you planning on using it? Are you going to just use it for a couple minutes, or are you talking about trying to use it for a few hours? But if you're only using it for a few minutes, that DeWalt 4.5 gallon would be perfectly fine. But if you plan on using it for a long time and it's using a lot of air, then you would maybe want to have a 30 gallon or a 60 gallon. That way it's not constantly running the motor. But the good part about the 4.5 is that it's oil-free, it's fairly maintenance-free. Again, it's portable. It only weighs about 90 pounds. You could throw it in the back of your truck. You could probably throw it in the back of a car trunk and take it wherever you want to go. You fill it up. It's 110. That's another beauty of it. And again, it's only $400. So that's a pretty good purchase, $400. Now, if you wanted to go a little bit bigger and have more air capacity and wanted to, I don't know, let's say you're doing sandblasting or cutting for a long time, it might be a better idea to go with either 30 gallon or 60 gallon. The benefit of this particular one is that it's 110. So it's fairly easy to just, it's got wheels too. You roll it around, plug it up, let it fill up. So that's good. But it doesn't have a very high CFM. If you're using it to cut for a while or whatever, it's just going to be constantly running. Or if you're going to try to do sandblasting with it, you're only going to be able to sandblast for a couple minutes, and then you're going to have to sit there for 3 to 4 minutes while it fills back up. I actually just tested it out. It took 5.5 minutes to fill it up from 0 PSI to roughly 130, 135 PSI. And that's another benefit of the 4.5 gallon DeWalt, is that it will go from 0 PSI to full, which is actually around 225 PSI, in just a few minutes compared to 5.5 minutes. So that's a benefit. It's a little bit quicker fill. But then you go to the 60 gallon Huskey. The CFM ratings are way better. So if you're needing a lot of air capacity, as far as, again, high speed cutting tools, stuff like that, you're not going to have it. It's not going to run as long. It's not going to constantly be running. So that's a benefit. But the downside, it's a 220 volt, right? So you have to, wherever you're going to put it, it doesn't have wheels. You can't, I'm sure you could design wheels for it, but wherever you're going to put it, you have to be able to have access to 220. So, it's not normal. It's not very common to have a 220 plug in your garage. Not normally. It's not impossible. You can get it hooked up, especially if you're electrical savvy. You could hook it up through your circuit breaker box yourself. But that is a downfall. So again, the DeWalt, about $400, 4.5 gallon. This is a 30 gallon. It's roughly $450. And then the 60 gallon tank that isn't mobile, doesn't have wheels on it, is 220 volt, is $500. So that is something to consider and think about. Yeah, just let me know if you have any questions. And if you like it, subscribe. Thanks.